Hello everybody, Starvin' Martian here, and as I record this, we're just days away from the release of the Justice League movie. And I wish I could really get excited about it, but the films leading up to it so far have not been terribly good. Even Wonder Woman, guys, you have to admit it was better than expected at best. But, if only it had been based more on the character designs from the 90s. My own personal opinion, thought that this was where they more or less peaked, but but we're not here to talk about all of the Justice League today. No, we're just talking about one member in particular, that being Aquaman, who in the 90s went through a bit of a rough spell, as most superheroes did. Superman died and came back, Batman had his back broken, Wonder Woman got replaced. It's a rough time to be a superhero. As far as Aquaman went, he grew his hair out and grew a beard, and then, one of his enemies temporarily cut off his ability to speak with sea life, and then stuck his hand in a piranha pool with predictable results. And so he goes and gets his hand replaced with a harpoon. There he is, right there. See him? See how important Aquaman is compared to Superman? And so, wait, 1996 Kenner Toys brings us this guy here. This is Total Justice Aquaman, or as I like to call him, Extreme Aquaman. Yeah, in 96, Kenner released a Total Justice, is what they called their line of action figures, based off the Justice League at the time. Each one had their then current comic design. Each one came with some ridiculous armor and weapons. And this is the Aquaman. This is almost exactly how he looked if you were reading the Aquaman comics back in the day. I was more of a Batman person, but you saw the ads and everything. And even though I didn't read Aquaman, I saw him there, and I was like, that looks pretty cool. So this remains one of my favorite looks, if not my favorite look of all time for Aquaman, when he still has his great harpoon hand. It's not a hook. Okay, DC editorial was very stringent about that, and they told the writers never ever call it a hook. But let's get a little closer look at. Actually, no. Before we do that, let me go ahead and show you the card that he came packaged on. Total Justice, and you can see again the Justice League and all their 90s glories. Superman with his mullet there. Batman, you notice his costume is a little bit darker. Batman was one of the first superheroes to ditch the trunks on top of his pants, but he still has that oval over the bat, which I much prefer. Flash, and of course there's Aquaman up top with a shiny hook for some reason. And according to the back of his package, it has a little biography for him. Born in the underwater world of Atlantis, Arthur Curry leads a dual life as Aquaman, protector of the world's oceans. He is able to breathe underwater, swim at speeds of up to 100 miles an hour, and communicate with most sea life. Though his strength diminishes after prolonged exposure out of the water, Aquaman's fractal tech gear allows him to remain on land and battle villains with his blasting hydrospear for extended periods of time. And if you're a fan of Aquaman and wondering what exactly fractal tech gear is, well, like I said, all of these characters came with ridiculous clip-on armor, and that's the fractal tech gear. So his fractal tech gear would be this shoulder setup he's got here. And, so these spikes coming off, which kind of look like, remind me of a lionfish. It's got this bit on the arm. Turn them around. You'll see that it only covers front half of the arm. It looks kind of ridiculous from the back, but such is life. Unfortunately, Aquaman here, I can't get him to stand at all. I have to lean him against the wall. He hasn't got his land legs yet. And whether you have the armor on or off, because the armor is completely removable, so is the spear gun. He still doesn't stand well. I've tried. I've adjusted his legs and his torso, moved his arms up and down to balance him, but he likes to plant himself on his face. So let's go ahead and remove this armor because it is kind of stupid looking. It has a silver TJ up there for total justice. You know, like the Justice League never wore ever. But it snaps off pretty easily. Oh, the fins up here, they rotate, they swivel. So you can put them whatever position you like. I like to put them in the off position personally. There we go. The one on the shoulder is a little bit of a pain. But now, aside from the arm cannon, which is also removable, he's a bit more comic accurate. Now we're going to test out the arm cannon, the Hydro Spear. Here's our handy dandy crash dummy. It was perfect for this sort of thing. Alright, so let's see how well the Hydro Spear fires. Alright, nice shot. If it weren't for that wall in the way, the dummy would be on his back. In fact, let's try that again. Further from the wall. Oh, these crash dummies. They seem to be made to suffer. It is their lot in life. One more time. There we go. So a nice spring-loaded action there. And as I said, the Hydro Spear just clips right off. Alright, so that's Aquaman from Total Justice from Kenner, 1996. Just for some comparisons. There he is with a Penguin Commando. Penguin Commandos, I already did a review on them if you're curious. You can find them in my videos. Here he is with Super Mario. And if Mario's in his frog suit, would Aquaman be able to control him? It's a question for the ages. And just because, here he is with 1998's Godzilla. Where's the arrow? And I think he would be able to control Godzilla because Godzilla spent most of its time underwater, unless it was up rampaging New York. Imagine how useful that would be able to control Godzilla. Alright guys, so that's the Aquaman. The awesome 1990s harpoon hand, long-haired, still blonde Aquaman. 100% tattoo free, we assume. I don't know what might be under here. You know, old Aquaman didn't need, you know, ink to be cool. What else do you, wouldn't you have a harpoon for a hand, you know? You just ooze coolness. Oh, heaven forbid, but if I ever lose a hand, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting one of these. Telling the doctor. Be like, okay, we have a whole line of prosthetics that we can, no, I want a harpoon. Well, yeah, but with modern technology and medical, no, I want a harpoon. Give me a harpoon hand. So, anyway, that's on my bucket list. So, guys, let me know, what's your favorite version of Aquaman? If you've seen the movie, if it's come out when you're watching this, what did you think about it? Was Aquaman well portrayed there? Is Aquaman cooler than most people give him credit for? What do you think? Well, until next time, this has been the Starving Martian. We'll catch up with you guys later. Bye.